workers doing.
You're listening to a More Perfect Union on KBLA Talk 1580. Really delighted to welcome the U.S. Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg. Welcome to the show. Can you tell us a little bit about the Biden administration's $1 billion big bet on America's airports?
Thanks. We're really excited about the latest round of announcements here. This is all part of President Biden's infrastructure. It's about getting the dollars out to where they're going to make a difference by making the passenger experience better at our airports. This is big airports like Chicago O'Hare, Atlanta, hubs like Charlotte that I visited yesterday. Also small airports. Some airports so small, there's one that doesn't even have a terminal. It's in North Dakota. But it's very important because they have air ambulance missions that fly out of that airstrip. We're getting them a building that will make it better for the pilots and the patients who count on that service. So this is an example of those dollars of work from that infrastructure package. And what's exciting is there's even more where this came from. And you'll feel it as a passenger. It also benefits workers, both the workers doing the construction jobs on these airports that are such an important part of the community, and workers who work at the airports who are going to have access to better facilities.
And as somebody who's a frequent flyer between LAX and DCA, I'm excited to see how those dollars are spent there. But can you talk to us a little bit about how this commitment by the administration, how it helps advance some of your equity goals and some of the climate justice goals that we've heard from the president and vice president?
Well, we know that every decision we make about transportation policy has consequences for equity. It has consequences for climate, and those can be good or bad. So we're working to make sure that they're good. For example, we're working to make sure that there is more investment in neighborhoods and communities that have been left out in the past. Just yesterday at the airport I was visiting, they were highlighting their ACDBE program. That's Airport Concessionaire Disadvantaged Business Enterprise. And what that means is there are a lot of Black-owned and minority-owned and women-owned businesses that have roots in the community that are creating good-paying jobs at those facilities. We're also working to make sure that we have more infrastructure connecting where it used to divide. I think about I-375 in Detroit, which wiped out Black neighborhoods of Paradise Valley and Black Bottom when it was built. We're working with the state and the city to take that from being an underground kind of a cut that cuts things in two on either side of the freeway and raise it up to the ground. So it's a boulevard that actually connects the neighborhood. We're doing similar work in Buffalo, where we're actually decking over the top of the Kensington Expressway to better connect the different sides of the city there. Tampa, where there's an interchange that has been a community headache. So a lot of work that's benefiting equity and a lot of work that's benefiting climate. We're getting new zero emission buses out to transit agencies around the country. We're making sure that the future roads and highways are designed in a way that's more climate friendly, including making sure that there's good, safe bike lanes and places to walk for pedestrians who can't or don't use a car on those streets. And we're working to make sure that the next generation of driving is more affordable and greener by taking down the cost of electric vehicles and putting out chargers everywhere so that people know they can get a charge when they need it.
It sounds like you are very busy at work. I know you're very busy today. Final question for you, Secretary Buttigieg. What are you most proud of during your tenure as the U.S. Transportation Secretary? And if asked to stay on for a potential second Biden term, would you strongly consider that?
Well, I love my job, but I definitely serve at the pleasure of the president. So the answer to that second question is very much above my pay grade. It's not the kind of job you can do forever, but I certainly care a lot about the work that we're doing. And I'm proud of the work that we have been doing from day one, whether it's making passengers better off with better passenger rights. You can find out on flightrights.gov, or all the things we're building around the country. And the great thing is there's more where this came from. So stay tuned. There will be more announcements, even just in the next few weeks, about projects that we're doing around the country that are going to make us all, I think, proud as a generation of what we did to make sure that every form of transportation is better than we found it.
Our thanks to U.S. Secretary of Transportation, Buttigieg. Continue the good work and come back again soon.
Thank you. I'd love to.